So if you met me in an elevator, how would you introduce yourself and your journey to me before the doors open again?
So firstly, I would say, hi, I am Nitika, and I am a second year Masters in Physics student from Delhi Technological University. I aspire to do research in subjects like string theory, high energy particle physics, and quantum field theory. And previously, I've had some research experience in these fields. I have been fortunate enough to work with some premier institutes in our country, like IIT Kanpur and Physical Research Laboratory. Um, I was also, I would just, I think I could share that um, I was in my IIT Kanpur project, I was able to help some people from towns like Chamarajnagar during COVID-19. We did some prediction modeling and were able to help the government and the doctors from the town to prepare for in advance for the needs. Other than that, I have done my share of conferences and poster presentations, etc., for which I've got some sponsorships, etc. So yeah, I hope to learn a lot more uh, during my research journey. I haven't even begun actually. So yeah, that's it.
Great. That sounds great and very impressive. Okay, so do you think that there are some misconceptions or biases with regards to academic research versus industrial research? And if so, uh, what are they according to you? You can talk about whichever you feel more comfortable discussing.
Okay, misconceptions definitely that women aren't good at any of the researches or are not as good as men. Generally, these are the misconceptions. Other than that, that academic research is done in some isolated place where nobody else is there, and researchers are generally very and all these kinds of misconceptions are there, which are, I think, mostly movie driven. And about the industry and academic research, it is generally perceived, I think, by some people that industry research is better, and because it has better pay scale. Uh, but I don't think that only on the basis of pay scale one can measure various areas of various areas.
One of the most common concerns that I hear with regard to academic research is with respect to pay, like you just mentioned, especially compared to industry research. So, in your experience, do you think that these are valid concerns, or which do you think offers more career growth, or do you think there are other factors which offset this difference in pay that are in favor of academic research?
There's definitely a pay difference, and the pay is definitely a concern when it comes to academic research. The funding must be increased by various countries, but I don't think that the offsetting factor, as you asked, I think is majorly that in academic research, I don't know about everyone, but the people that I've met now, and mostly I think people are curiosity driven, more curiosity driven. So I think that is definitely a factor. And even if the pay is less, people don't mind pursuing academic research just for the sake of uh, knowing something or contributing to the subject. Um, and what was the other part of the question?
Which do you think offers more career growth?
Yeah, I think both of them offer career growth. It depends on what do you consider as a career growth. For example, for me, career growth would mean getting to know more answers to the curiosities or the questions that I have. That would mean career growth to me. But to some people, it would just mean more pay or basically better companies or something like that. So it depends.
Right. And also in some sense, independence of your, when you're doing your own research, you have some sense of independence.
Yeah, that's definitely a great factor, that
Right.
independence. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So, and how do you think work-life balance compares between the two, academia versus industry?
Well, in academic research, one thing that I've generally noticed is that even when the working hours are off, or you just come back home, and but still some part of the research goes on in the mind, like, because you are kind of attached to it. You are not doing it just for the sake of it. You are doing it because you really just because you want to do it. So I think because of that, generally it happens. I don't think it happens with everyone, but it happens with me. So, and in industry research, I don't think it happens. It must happen with some people, but I don't think it's that common, because industry research is, I think, more profit driven. Like, you do research to increase the profit of the company. So the profit is the main goal. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point, I think. What advice would you give someone who is just starting out fresh and wants to decide between industry versus academia?
Decide on the basis of what you want from your life. Like, if you are curious and extremely passionate about some subjects or some questions, then definitely there's no doubt about it, you would go to academic research. But if it's like that you are interested in some subject and you want to study it further, but it's not like that some particular things really pump you up, and it's basically doing research according to someone else's wish is okay with you, then industry research is, and obviously if you want more pay, then definitely industry research would be better.
Yeah, I think that sums it up quite well. And also, if someone wanted to switch from industry to academia or vice versa, like what do you think? What do you think they should do to make that switch?
Data science, I think data science is the best thing, because it is extensively used in both the fields.
True.
So if you are good at in data science, in coding, in any sort of programming, I think it would be really easy to just take up your next project in another field, like maybe if you are in industry, then in academia, and vice versa.
Mhm.
So data science is, I think, a very handy skill to switch from any field.